Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who reaction. This is The War Machines Part 2. If you want the full uncut unedited reaction, you can head over to Patreon listed in the description below and get up to the Moon Base Part 1. I don't think there's much to be said. Really enjoyed the last episode as someone who's really into computers myself. I always like this sort of thing. I'm hoping that it doesn't, take a turn for the worst as a story, and it keeps being as good as it is. But I don't think there's anything more to be said, so without further ado, let's just get straight on into this episode. It's nice to have a different approach to the opening.
Time is short. Progress is impossible unless Votan takes control within the next few days. Then, Votan will decide on the future of the human race. Who shall live to serve the machines and who shall be eliminated? Crimson, you take that.
London is the first capital to be taken over. Then Washington and Moscow. War machines must be built immediately.
It's interesting. You'd think if the machine could speak, it would speak all the time.
A labor corps will come into operation immediately. Contact
Not
people by telephone.
through
When they are on the
printer.
line, switch them through to thought control. Is to enlist Doctor Who. He has advanced knowledge.
Okay, so they are referring to him, Doctor Who. The Doctor Who is required, I thought it was, but it's Doctor Who.
You can hang a note on the door if you like.
Yes, a good idea. Thank you. That's very kind.
I think we ought to go to the police. I'd rather not have them round here.
I mean,
we have got a license to think of. Well, we must do something.
Matt Smith said he enjoyed Doctor Who, so being called Doctor Who.
What are you phoning the hospitals for?
Well, she might have had an accident.
Oh, regular little ray of sunshine, isn't ya?
Well, look, it's better than just sitting around here on our backsides doing nothing. Hello, Doctor. You found
Good,
us all.
thank
Oh,
you.
no, where have you been then?
I've just been round the corner. But you've been hours.
Yes, we've been extremely worried about you.
I had a call from some old friends. I just popped along to see them.
Oh.
Was I really that long?
Indeed you were. You didn't tell me about your friends, and how did they know?
Boy,
Hello, then.
not so fast. What about my fare?
I was just about to pay you, my man. Have you got change of a quid?
Oh, no, not another one. No, I haven't got the change, mate.
Then I'll just pop across to the all-night cap and get some.
You're staying right here, mate.
Oh, come along, my man. We're in a hurry. Come
Not
along.
until he pays. We all know him round here.
I think I've got change.
Thank you, miss. There you are, my man. Half a crown on the clock.
Thanks, I'll be off with you.
I don't know anything about UK currency, past or present.
Here, come along. Come along, Dodo. All right, off you go, off you go, off you go.
I'll see you all then.
Where have you got to get to then?
Oh, just to a services.
She didn't bring the doctor. Yes, she tried to, but they went off in a taxi. I understand. We will do as you say.
Phone boxes. We don't have that many public phones around the place here in Adelaide anymore. Because so many people have mobile phones now that... But I think public phones still have their place if your phone dies or something like that, or if you've got a prepaid cell, and you use all your money.
It must be followed in every detail. The outer sections are the...
What they're good at, skill sets.
The welding of the casing must begin now.
It'd be interesting to see what they come up with in the way of the War Machine, if it would be something good or maybe it would be a bit of a cheap prop. That's what I expect. but it
This
will be
machine must be completed and armed by tomorrow morning.
good to see
Ready to be
something.
programmed by Votan. Cease work and stand by. There is a warning. Close the doors. There is a stranger.
Find another place to doss. Right, all.
Cover the door. He must not escape.
You'd think they would be able to stop him.
What kind of a welcome's this for a bloke what's just come out the hospital? I won't say nothing, boss. Yeah. What is this, in that house? Here, you keep away from me.
So they killed
Resume work
him.
immediately.
Assumably, these
Construction
people
must be
wouldn't
completed by tomorrow
usually
morning.
kill. Well, the front looks pretty good. I obviously have to wait till I see the whole thing.
Well, just take a look at this, Sir Charles.
Tramp found dead in Covent Garden.
Yes. 3 o'clock. That must have been after we left him. Oh, yes, I see. Yes. There's no reason given at all, is there?
No, that's a strange thing. Now, these are two of the best men in England, and I haven't been able to get in touch with them. No one appears to have seen them since last night. Now, isn't it an extraordinary thing that two such well-known men could vanish so suddenly?
Yes, I
But surely if it's in the morning now, it hasn't been very long
Coffee?
that they've been missing.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Doctor.
Good morning.
Sorry I'm late.
Late. Late
I
what?
mean, all I can say is based what I've seen on American TV shows, is that you have to wait 48 hours
Major Green told me to come straight
before
round here at
you're
once.
missing.
Professor Brett didn't want me this morning, and you're
Tell you all about computers is Professor Brett. We could call round and see him now.
Oh, but my dear, I thought you were going to show me around London this morning.
Oh, don't worry about that. Your business sounds important.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Yes, very understanding.
Right, I'm ready.
I think perhaps I'd better phone...
All right.
Thank you for getting back into the picture. I'll get Brett's secretary to telephone for a moment.
no.
Well, a little brandy. then.
Oh, yeah, water.
All right, I'll get some more.
Oh.
Don't be alarmed, Doctor. This is the method of establishing contact. Time is very short. Construction has already begun. You are needed.
What happened?
It's all right, Doctor. You are now one of us. My function was to bring you in contact. Now I shall serve as an assistant.
Okay, so the Doctor's immune to it.
Listen, Doctor. Construction
Makes sense, I suppose, with him being a Time Lord.
But you took the call.
From whom, my dear?
From the...
Doctor, drink this.
Where is this? Thank you.
What happened?
Oh, is it? That's it. Either that telephone is dangerously out of order, or what? Stay where you are, my dear.
What's the matter?
So he's figured it out now.
Deadly danger facing us. Dodo Chaplet.
My name is Dodo Chaplin.
I resist all attempts to change...
Chaplet? I thought it was
I resist
Chaplin.
all attempts to change me into somebody else.
Now, I'm going to start counting. And when I've counted up to 5, you will be fast asleep. And when you wake again, you will forget all about this distressing incident. Now I'm going to start counting. Just look at that ring on my hand. And when she wakes, I want absolute peace and quiet for her. Do you understand?
Sure, she's all right.
Oh, yes.
So I can't remember if she was in
Yes.
an adventure in space and time in the section that said like 709 episodes ago, was that?
She said something about strategic points in London. Strategic points? Where, I wonder?
Yeah, because it was Twice Upon a Time that showed like 709 episodes ago. Looks quite good. God, that's a bit irritating.
Bearing 52. Distance check 30 feet. Elevation 5 feet. Impact fatal. Take aim. Ready to proceed. Observe results.
I like the way that he's completely detached, like, you know, just accepting.
Test satisfactory. Effective
You know,
at
it's
30 feet.
like a robot, just a test. And he accepts being killed.
There is no word yet from the person known as Dodo.
Perhaps she has failed in her task.
Ben, how did you know I was here?
Well, I was supposed to meet Polly for lunch, see, but they told me to tell her she'd come here.
Didn't she keep that appointment?
No, Doctor.
Oh, dear me, it's just as I feared.
Well, is there something wrong?
I mean,
Where's Dodo?
Capaldi's Doctor, like Doctor Who, you know,
Oh, she'll be quite all right, yes, really.
and the
I'm
whole
rather worried about
sort
Polly.
of
She
joke
appears to be
with
missing
Missy
that child.
saying
gone all
Doctor
snoopy.
Who and all
No,
of
I
that.
think it's far more serious than that. That tramp in the paper, did you see it?
Of course, I thought I recognised him. He was in a taxi.
So he's a member that's part of the Royal Navy, but he's land-based, isn't he? He's doing some sort of serving on land, not on a ship, and that's what he was depressed about in the last episode. If I got that wrong, please do correct me in the comments below.
Sight to be improved. 30 yards maximum insufficient. Movement test.
At least in the beginning, till they make more machines. Solid design, I like it. Okay, so that was the War Machines. I say part 2, it says episode 2, but part 2. I really am enjoying this story so far. I think it's quite good. I believe that the design of the War Machine is relatively good as well. Maybe not the most mobile, you know, handy device, but certainly the design of it looks very good, and ultimately that's on TV programs and movies. You're not going for efficiency, you're going for what looks good on screen. Yeah, but I must admit the whole Doctor Who thing, I find that interesting, referring to him as Doctor Who. I know Matt Smith in Clara's first one, she called him Doctor Who and he liked it, and then I know in Peter Capaldi's last, you know, one of the last 2 episodes of his season, Misty was making the joke about Doctor Who being his real name. And the Doctor says he likes it. But anything else? Ben and Polly seem interesting. I get the impression that they're going to become companions. That's the impression I've got. They've been putting a lot more focus on them, just in this episode alone, than Dodo. So, yeah, that will be interesting to see how they go, if they become companions. Anyway, let's break this down. We start off with Dodo being ordered to bring the Doctor there, them discussing about war machines being need to be made. Then we come back down to the club, the Inferno. Dodo, you know, they're pretty angry with her. Dodo tries to get the Doctor to go with her to be taken over by Votan. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, Votan. seems to be a bit of a relationship developing between Ben and Polly. So if they do become companions, it will be interesting to see if it does develop into a relationship and something maybe a bit like what we had with Amy and Rory. That would be interesting. I'd be for that. I think that would be good. Yeah, then we're introduced to this man. He said later on he was in hospital. Whether that was true or not, I don't know. He said he's been sleeping in this warehouse. This warehouse has been taken over by Votan to build the war machines in. They detect that man, Intruder. He tries to escape but doesn't and is killed. Polly comes to work for... I've forgotten this guy's name. Dodo encourages the doctor to call the post office tower. Votan tries to hypnotize him, take over his mind, but the doctor's stronger. Then the doctor sort of fixes Dodo. Here we're having parts delivered, and we sort of are really given a first shot look at the war machines, and the design is pretty good. Here they're saying other means need to be employed to get the doctor. At least I think that's what he said. Ben goes investigating for the doctor, but then is caught by the war machine. Okay, so that was my breakdown of the War Machines Part 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing the story. It's 9:40 in the evening, so I don't think I'll be doing any more, but I will edit this one and get it up onto Patreon, and then I think tonight I might also edit it, upload it to YouTube. I'm quite far ahead on YouTube. And I'm even further ahead, on Patreon. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything else for now. I will see you for the next episode. Yeah, bye.